Hey, Shalom, Akim. I would like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rahak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to you, sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Shaman of Great Millstone, Chicago. All right, and just wanted to touch on something because, the whole world is watching, man. The whole world is watching us. Everywhere we teach at, there's 100 cameras on us. At least I know here in Chicago, but other places too. Everybody got a camera these days. All right, this building, this car, whatever. And they're looking for any small thing, any, any lack of wisdom in your character. Now's the time, definitely the time to tighten up. All right, and I wanted to get a couple of scriptures. This is Luke 17:10. It says, so likewise when ye shall have done all those things which are commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done that which was our duty to do. And at the end of the day, we have to keep that in mind. What you notice is a lot of men, they'll be around for a while and then go through situations and, they might still, be dealing or whatever, but, that pride starts to sneak in, right? Scriptures talk about pride, man, being a subtle spirit, and they lose that fear of the Lord. I've been here, man, it becomes that type of thing. Which is nothing wrong with, celebrating that the Lord has used you or put you in a position of leadership. All right, but let's see what the whole duty of man is. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the whole conclusion of the matter, right? Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. All right, we know the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. When men lose that fear and they start opening this book up and playing games with this book and looking for gray areas and going off into other shit, and we've seen what happens, man. The Lord will take that spirit from you. He'll remove you from that position and expose you in front of the congregation. It's a lot. And that's the whole duty of man. That's what we're called to be, as servants of the Lord, not lords of the flock. In the day we're servants. Hey, you're in a position of leadership, like I said, hey, there's a certain respect that comes with that. You're an elder, you're a bishop, there's a certain respect that comes with that. Right, but if what you're saying and doing is not coming out of this book, then the Lord can remove you from that. Right? And we're called to retain the things that we know. Let me get another scripture. I'm gonna make this short. All right, so Sirach 37 and 19, excuse me. There is one that is wise and teaches many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. And you don't want to be that. Yeah, we consider ourselves unprofitable servants, but we are gaining a profit, we're making our ministry profitable, basically. We're bringing increase to the Lord. Right? Taking our talents, flipping them, bringing back that interest. But you don't want to be unprofitable to yourself, though. Because there's an aspect of the body, of course, the body of the Lord, but then you have to make sure you as a piece within that body, is doing, what you need to do. You're vital. You don't want to be a cancer within the body. right? Or otherwise you'll be separated and basically shamed. Right? Pride is a subtle spirit, man. Pride can creep in real quick. Right? It says, there is one that showeth wisdom in words and is hated, he shall be destitute of all food. And there's somebody who they can talk well and fancy words and this and that, and I mean, I've seen it all, man. You know, some of these different men who, you know, I've heard stories too from accounts from different brothers. This man, you know, he had 4 readers at once, and he could memorize this, and he knew that, and it like, damn, man. I know he's, you know, but then you hear, you know, the things that they were doing behind the scenes. It's like, oh, wait a minute, that don't match up with what this say. You know, and that shows that you're low level, man. That shows that you're just even a parrot can repeat something. I regurgitate something. But do you really have understanding on what you're reading? And that's what you have to think about when you pick up this book. You have a lot of men who pick this book up, and then, you know, over the course of time, they become jaded, or, you know, the path becomes a little hard. You know, they didn't count the cost of really what they're into, and then they got into something, and it's like, whoa, you know, no, man, I ain't built for this. I'm gonna take the easy way out. Man, the Lord's not dealing with that. All right, it says, for grace is not given him from the Lord, because he is deprived of all wisdom. Another is wise to himself, and the fruits of understanding are commendable in his mouth. A wise man instructeth his people, and the fruits of his understanding fail not. And that's why we have to constantly read. We have to constantly pray and fast. All right, you have to constantly go over these different things. So understand it doesn't fail you. You know, you have to make sure you're familiar with what's written. And do it. And if when it comes out that you're not doing it and that you're falling short, correct it. All right, because ultimately at the end of the day, man, if you're an overseer of the flock, you're set up to lead somebody else who doesn't know. You telling them the wrong shit, you could get them in a real jam. A young brother, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have no experience. He's just, you know, he got the fear of the Lord in him, but he doesn't have the understanding. And you know, he hasn't necessarily, you know, ate the whole roll, so to speak. So he just gonna go off of what he's told, you know. We all come in and kind of do that. You hear your teacher say something, and then, you know, it's like, oh, you run with it. You take that, run with it. But then what you're supposed to do with that is read through for yourself and understand why the person said what they said. And then observe and see, does this person, you know, actually do what they say? And in this case, what we just read, this is somebody in the first case who did not. Right? They're wise and teaches many, yet unprofitable to themselves. So I just make it quick, man. We're definitely at the time where we want to sharpen up and tighten up, and certain things, you know, prophecies that you might not know. Speaking to myself first and foremost, certain things that maybe you haven't gone over in a while, or you had the notes and you can't find the notes, you know, but you know the basic, but you need to go into detail over. All right, all these different things, character issues or flaws that brothers are saying that they see from you, and it lines up with the scriptures. Shit, consider it. You know, Jake get in that spirit. Oh, you know how I am. You know, I know how you are. Because if you're the same as me and we walk together, then you're gonna open this book up and see yourself. And if you don't, and you something falls short, you're gonna correct it. That's you know. That's that nigga woman spirit, man. That Mary J. Blige, take me as I am spirit. And really, that's rooted in rebellion, man. Because you just want to, you know, just do what you want to do, and then people still be cool with it. That's not how it works. All right, it says, a wise man shall be filled with blessing, and all they that see him shall count him happy. The days of the life of man may be numbered, but the days of Israel are innumerable. And in this case, the days of the elect is going to be forever, right? By wisdom they shall obtain immortality. It says, a wise man shall inherit glory among his people, and his name shall be perpetual. And that's what we're building, man. Just like those men written, they have a memorial. They had a good name throughout their life. They followed the Lord. And when they died, their name was memorialized. Hey, look at the example of so-and-so. Look at the example of this man. Look at the example of that man. All right, when you go into name, that's what it goes into, reputation, your memorial. It says, my son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither hath every soul pleasure in everything. Everything ain't for you. You got to find out what's what. All right, but that's basically the point. Because you don't want to do all of this, you know, you're standing out for years preaching, you know, making all these sacrifices, but you're not doing it for the right reasons, or, you know what I'm saying, the Lord keeps sending his men to speak with you and you don't want to listen and take heed. Lord's not dealing with that. All right, so, hey, man, just you know, just something I was thinking over, you know, because there's the situation going on now with, you know, this man who's being rebuked. You know, we've seen him, you know, be rebuked before. And then it was a lot of people on the comment board, though, bucking up. You know, some guys that I know. There was a guy I know. I might do a video on him too. You know, because he was off in many of his stuff, and now he's on there trying to justify this whole other man who is being rebuked by the elders. Like, nigga, you did this shit before. All right, but that's another subject for another lesson. Lord willing, it's edifying, man. Brothers, let's stay sharp. All right, let's let our light shine before men. Let's continue to grow through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushua Shalom.